Metallic lips, pain in your eyes. Class in session, listen between your thighs. Gotta know your worth, it's a hell of a price. I ain't waiting in vain, just to be in your life. Peep game, know I wanted your ass from the start. Fragile with your heart. When we make love, making art.
Queen. What?
How you doing?
I am well.
Okay.
You always do this. Whenever I literally, like, y'all listen, y'all know how this goes in the podcast right now. If I don't ask immediately what song is being played in the living room,
Right, but you said Queen, so I was saying Queen, like, what's up, back? See, it don't be me.
So then, if I don't ask immediately, her foot be on my neck. But then if I go into, oh my God, what's up, girl? Then it's, oh, so the song is, and I'm like,
I mean, dang, can I greet you first? I mean, dang.
I mean, is that the order we're going in now?
You know I'm a Southern queen. Hello, how you doing? What we listening to?
I am well. How are you?
I'm fine. So I might be booming on this microphone. Sorry if I am.
You are loud in my ears. I know that. Let me turn my headphones down. Jesus Christ.
Oh, apologies. Okay, well, anywho, y'all, we was listening to Nena's Interlude. It's a little remix of Brent Faiyaz from Salosse. You can find him on Instagram at Long Live J-Boy. Find him there to find all his projects. You know, link in bio situation.
I know that's right. Well, I have an icebreaker actually this time, but you had one also. So let's get to the things.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay,
friend.
my icebreaker is: what arguments do we need to leave in 2022?
Like us or anybody?
Oh, well, now I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, I got afraid.
Oh, you talking about? I was talking about the people, but now since you brought us into it, I suppose we have arguments we need to leave in 2022.
No, we have nothing to argue about. Okay. But the people need to stop arguing. I will tell you one thing. I really hope to God that in 20 of the 23s, that y'all can stop talking about who should go split season, who should pay full bills.
I knew you was gonna say that.
I just wish I would stop arguing about whether or not, you know, you should be paying half the bills, and the people saying, well, if I'm only paying half the bills, I'm only giving half the pussy. Heard. Or no, men should pay for it all, or no, women should be picking up their weight, or women should pay for it. Like, I just be like, can y'all just stop arguing about this? Date somebody who agrees with you and keep it pushing. Stop bringing this discourse to Twitter or Instagram. We don't care about this shit. I don't care about who pays for your shit in your house. I know. All I know about is my house. Okay?
I agree. Anything else?
That's all I can think of off the top of my head. What about you? Because I see you have a feeling over there about something.
Oh, no, I don't, actually. I wrote that down, and that was the first thing that popped up in my mind, but I couldn't think of anything else, actually, before it was time for us to record. So I agree, though. I said the same thing when I saw it the last time. I think I actually might have seen a screenshotted tweet that was like, basically, how about y'all just find somebody, like you just said, to date somebody that agrees with you? Because I guess I never understand why people spend so much time, I guess trying to change other people's minds on that. And I guess it's because it's kind of like I have to be right and everybody else has to be wrong kind of thing. I feel like that has to be it. Because if y'all don't agree with me, then that means I'm wrong. I feel like that has to be why people keep bringing this up. Because otherwise, like you just said, there are people out here who agree with you. There's people, like, there's somebody for you, right? Like, if you believe in soulmates or whatever. There's somebody that's just like, oh yeah, I think a woman should pay half, and a man's like, I think a man should pay half, and then y'all just get together. Or compromise, you know what I'm saying? Maybe if you don't want to do that, but that's the one thing this person has about them that you don't like, maybe you can find a compromise some kind of way. But yeah, I always be like, why are y'all arguing about it? Like, you could just date somebody that aligns.
If a nigga tell me he want me to go halfsies on everything, I would be like, no. And I ain't gonna twist your titties about this. I would just find somebody else who want to take care of me the way I want to be taken care of, and I'm gonna do for you how you want to be taken care of. The end. I'm not about to argue with you. I'm not about to try to convince you. You can go find somebody to go halfsies with if that's your zhuzh.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it, and that's the other thing. There's nothing wrong with it. No, I don't believe like, oh, if this woman is getting all her stuff taken care of, that means like she's just living. Her life is better, whatever. It's just preference. Just find somebody who agrees with your preference and stop trying to make everybody agree with yours. Like, because at the end of the day, the argument for why people should go splitsies is valid enough. Like, this is not the 1950s where women can't work and can't get jobs and. While there is still a wage gap, there's still like people can still take care of themselves. So, if that's how you would believe, then go ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. Just everybody should do what they want to do in their relationships.
Yeah, I agree. Well, all right. That's all like I said, I couldn't think of nothing else. So that's all I have for my icebreaker. What did you have for us, Queen?
Okay, so for my icebreaker, if you don't know, if you're first time listener to the show, our icebreaker is kind of just questions y'all can ask amongst yourselves, amongst your friends, probably discourse you're already having on the internets and things. But I saw a post on the Shade Room that somebody had tweeted, what non-curse words was considered a curse in your house growing up? Mine was stupid. We could not call each other stupid. And so I was like, let me think about mine. And mine, definitely I couldn't call somebody stupid or an idiot. Couldn't call him a liar. Couldn't say that I hated somebody. I couldn't say crap. Couldn't say friggin' or freak. Couldn't say shoot. I feel like I'm sure there was a lot more, but of the non-cursing curses, I couldn't say piss. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nasty word. I agree.
I couldn't say a lot of words. Like when you grow up in a, at least superficially, Christian household, then those are the shenanigans. Those are the shenanigans of rules you got to put up with. Not did you help feed a homeless person today? It's don't say frickin'.
What could you say then? Could you say gosh? Oh my god.
Yeah, I could say gosh. I could say oh my goodness, which I just feel like why? Oh, I couldn't say oh my god. I couldn't say oh my god.
Mm-hmm. And this is funny because you are the cursingest motherfucker I know.
Wow, y'all hear that? She called me the cursingest motherfucker she knows. Wow,
yeah,
cursor,
you are. You are
alert,
the cursingest, vulgarest motherfucker I know. So this right here proves the point, right? When they be like, "Oh, the preacher's kids be the worst ones." It be the ones that y'all censor as children. They grow up to be slutatious adults. You're
not wrong because I would just be like, I can't say oh my god, but I can say oh my goodness. What difference do it make? God know what I'm talking about. Oh my, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my.
But oh well. What are you gonna do? That was my icebreaker. Did you have any words that you couldn't say in your house growing up?
You mean ask my mom? Ma. Did I have any words that I couldn't say as a child?
Non-curse words.
Come to the door real quick.
Tell her to come to the microphone.
I said, Mom, were there any words that weren't actual curse words? Ma, come to the door. I can't see you though.
Hey, Ma.
Aisha says hello. Ma, were there any words that were non-curse words that I couldn't say as a child? Okay, thank you. She said no.
She said, I ain't give a fuck. Is that what she said?
Huh? No, I know. I'm talking about non-curse words like freak or friggin' or oh my gosh or crap. Huh? Oh, okay. Thanks, Mom. She said I never did say those words either. I don't know what I was saying.
Oh, she's saying she didn't have to tell you not to say them because you didn't say them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She got a better memory
what was you
than
over
me,
there
y'all, so I had to
saying?
go get Mama. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I guess I wasn't saying words at all, honey. Or I wasn't. You know what? I'm a happy adult, so I was an even happier child, I'm sure. So there was no need to use those words because I was only having a good time.
I couldn't say darn. I couldn't say darn or darn it.
What was I saying? I have questions now. Okay, well,
Sid was probably over there like, oh, poop. It just stuck my toe.
Why did you...
Because y'all... Listen, those have been following for a long time. Y'all know what baby Sid looked like? Little Walker, Texas Ranger. She was probably like, oh, dang flabbit. I just stumped my toe.
I have had enough of the slander about that photo. That photo is cute. Fuck what y'all talking about.
That is cute. It's the cutest thing in the world. Walker, Texas Ranger. It's adorable.
I just don't want to know everybody thinks that picture is so funny. I feel like
he is. You look like he was like. You look like you just counted to 10 and said draw. But I love it.
That's enough. I need that picture out of your phone.
Delete it. Never going nowhere.
Delete all this shit. Okay. All right. Well, we heard it from the woman herself. I did not use any of those words.
What a
I don't know any of these words.
Okay. Well, you ready to get into the show?
I am. Yes, ma'am. Are you ready for it? We got some month in review here. I have one. What do you have for? How many you have for look back at?
I have one.
All right. Well, guys, you want me to go first? Who went first? Oh, I went first last time. I mean, yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we're going in order. So mine is for Wakanda Forever. Okay. Although it has been a while, because we missed a week. We be having some issues getting to the mic these days with our busy schedules. We're booked and busy in these streets. So we talked about, like, I think on Black Support, I shouted it out and saying, like, all right, y'all, it's time to go down to the theater now and see the things. But now we've seen it. Both of us have seen it, so it's time to talk about it. So spoiler alert, if you have not seen Wakanda Forever yet, which if you haven't seen it yet, this will be the time for Joe Biden to pop up and say you're not black. So yes, it was a great time. So I wrote down some things that I want to talk about specifically. We can go back and forth. I'm gonna try to do a better job of being a conversationalist on the podcast. And sometimes I feel like I go through and sometimes they're needed, my long spurts, but I'm trying to like shorter spurts. Spurts back and forth. Spurts. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I want to talk about was the acting.
Okay.
Queen Mother Angela Bassett and Denai Guerrero, hope I said that right, and Lupita Nyong'o and Letitia Wright. Wow, the girls did their things. You know what I mean? I saw someone say, now I don't watch Marvel, so y'all don't come for my neck, because I'm not saying it is or isn't true, but I saw somebody say the scene between Denai and Angela Bassett was one of the best acted scenes in Marvel. I don't know if they meant this phase, because I know y'all girls got y'all phases over there, or if they meant period, but I can believe it, right? I'm just happy. You know what I'm saying? I was happy to see the girls. I was really happy to see Lupita, because she's like my new favorite on the screen with Angela, because that's my all-time favorite, if you will. And I was like, yes, the girls are here. So yes, I thought, of course, the acting was really good, because I saw somebody say that they didn't feel like Letitia did a good job of basically holding it down. It was like, I miss Chadwick. And don't get me wrong, I know that's just going to be how some people feel, but I was like, I don't know. What did you think, Queen, as the actress of this show? What did you think of the acting in Black Panther?
I thought pretty much everybody did a great job. I actually don't want to give my critiques, because it was such a good movie, and I don't want to take away from it in its excellence. And no matter what I say, they ain't going back to re-record the shit. So
had some things. You had things. You had critiques.
I just had some. I mean, just a few of the scenes where I was just like, not believable, but it's okay. I mean, y'all still got your lines out, and that was good.
Can you give me one example?
No,
was it the one
okay. I can do it off air. I need to work in these streets. I can't be playing around.
Okay, I know that.
You know how you like to play with Tyler? I can't be playing around.
I don't
be
playing with Tyler. I play with Michael B. Jordan, but I don't play with Tyler. When have I ever slandered Tyler Perry? Was it about a fall from grace? I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. That's above me now.
A few words.
That's above me now. A fall from grace is above me now. So yes, I thought the acting was really good.
No, it was really good, and I cried several times. I was just like, Lord, can you please give me my tear ducts back, because they are raw.
Yeah, so I didn't cry during the second one, but I went to the Black Panther double feature. So they played the first one and then they played the second one. So I was in the theater for 6.5 hours, which was a great time. I had literally said before that I wanted to, which this isn't technically what I wanted to do. I said I wanted like movie hop one day, just go to the movie theater and stay all day type of thing, just once. So I'm almost there, right? Because 6 hours, if you're only awake for 16, then yeah. I spent almost half the day in the movie theater. So I was all cried out by the second one. And I can't remember who I was talking to. So I was like, you cried during the first one? I'm like, I've always cried during the first one. Because I'd be like, Black people have never seen themselves represented this way. You can tell that it's such a high production value behind. Like, so, so much money went into this. It's got great actors in it. The scene where, it's like the first scene where homie puts I'm going to tell y'all how fast Black Panther took me down. Even the first time I saw it, and pretty much every time I watch it, the first scene where he puts the helmet on and she's like, do not freeze when you see her. Like that part, and he throws some things out on that car, crying. The music, the cue, it was everything. So then when they also fly into Wakanda for the first time, I'm dead. When I saw Angela Bassett for the first time, tears. I was gone. I was through. So I was and then I had not seen Black Panther since Chadwick Boseman died. So of course the part where he comes back and you hear Denai say, like, oh, you know, he lives and all that, and he's like, I'm not dead. It was a lot. Okay, it was overwhelming now that he has passed away. So I was crying, and then people started clapping at the end. So I'm like, also just in the moment of like, I love being here with a whole bunch of people who are also here for this thing, because we have a lot in common as humans, even though we let the small things that we don't have in common divide us. Like, I'd be like, we all be sitting in the same theaters, watching the same movies, listening to the same music, and some kind of way we hate each other. It's wild to me. Nonetheless, I love just being around other people enjoying the same thing I'm enjoying. So that had me, like, when people started clapping and stuff at different times during the movie, like they started clapping when he first came back to life, I was in shambles. So by the time the second one came on, I was like, I have nothing left. I am dehydrated. I have nothing.
Yeah, I didn't rewatch the original before I went to the theater, or I actually still have not rewatched it. But so, you know, the new one starts with just silence and pictures of Chadwick, and it was a lot. It was a lot. I love Chadwick Boseman dearly, and the timing of his passing, the circumstances around it, all of those things is very it's very heavy for me. It's very hard to handle. So I definitely was crying several times throughout that movie, but it was such a good movie, so beautifully done. Absolutely loved Angela Bassett's a really powerful scene when she was kicking what's the lady's name? Denai, when she was kicking Denai out of basically, not maybe she wasn't getting kicked out of Wakanda, but she was getting kicked out of the Dora Milaje. Oh, that was a lot. That was a lot, but what a beautiful and powerful scene. Just to, as like, because we didn't know at that time that she was going to die. It's like, whew, what a way to go out, girl. Because you gave what needed to be given. Okay.
You know, exactly. I also really liked the fact, because, you know, people have been comparing it. I've heard like one person say that they thought it was better than the first one. I went into it like, I'm not going to compare it to the first one, because I feel like those are really big shoes to fill, because again, this is the first time Black people have ever seen themselves this way. It was just in and of itself a very phenomenal movie. I felt like, again, because y'all know how I feel about Michael B. Jordan. I was like, even he came through. Okay. So that's how you know Black Panther is not to be played with. So with the second one, I don't compare it, but first of all, I love it for two reasons. One, I feel like they made this film a classic in its own way because it is a tribute to Chadwick Boseman. I saw Letitia do an interview and she said that this movie was a love letter to Chadwick Boseman, and I feel like you could see that in every way. I also thought it was really cool that these people are mourning someone that they knew in real life, and their characters are mourning this person that they knew, quote unquote, in real life, right? So I can't even really imagine what these actors and what Ryan Coogler as a writer and as a creator and whatnot in this film, what they were going through. Because I'm even listening to them talk about like being back on set for the first time and being back in the room with that where they meet the elders and all that. Like I guess it's like a tribal meeting room, if you will, and saying like the last time they were there, Chadwick was there. And so I just thought that was just, I love it. And I know this film will always have a special place in my heart because of that. And even also too, Ryan Coogler talking about wanting to make a Women of Wakanda film and giving us that. Like I live. And then we talked about, because this is the second time of us recording this episode, but we talked about it on last time. What I really did like too was the body inclusivity of this movie too, because I'm used to watching behind the scenes and training videos and whatnot of actors, you know, putting on 20, 30 pounds of muscles to play this superhero or whatever. And so I just love that Letitia showed up as Black Panther as her skinny self. Like, I can only imagine what that does for, like, skinny girls, like, growing up and stuff. Like, Black Panther has just continued to find ways of including people and giving people something to look up to, i.e. people looking up to Shuri for her genius as a scientist, right, from the last film. And this film too, right, because hello, sis made a artificial 3D printed herb. Like, I was like, this bitch is a genius. Like, we can't also downplay that, right? And then also same thing with Namor, right? Like, I keep seeing all these drawings of him where he's got, like, you know, 8-pack or whatever, and I'm like, this man he's not cut like that in the movie, and that's okay. I don't think he has 5% body fat, and I love that though. Like, I love that he also is this super powerful villain that's about to fucking knock M'Baku into next week, but he's not like super cut up and stuff. And so I also really enjoyed that part. We talked about this like I said in the last recording too. The only thing, and I know people loved it, so you know you can't please everybody, but my only thing that I could have left without was the little boy at the end.
Oh, see, no.
Yeah, and let me tell you why. Because in the same way that you said Black Panther, the original one, still ended up being a white savior film, right? I felt like the same. I was like, we had a Woman of Wakanda film. We were this close. And then we had to hinge our hopes and dreams on a little boy. And let me tell you how seriously people want a man to be the center of a film. Like, that's just what they're used to. I saw somebody said to me, like, yeah, I hope the next Black Panther is about his son. It's like, you want us to jump 18 years into the future just so y'all can have more like 13 years. 13 years into the future just so y'all can have a little boy, or excuse me, a man as the center of the story again. Like, y'all always the center of the story. It's okay to have a chill pill for a while. And plus, to me, without Chadwick there, and I don't mean it disrespectfully, but I've seen people say, oh, I could tell Chadwick wasn't there. I missed him, yada, yada. I'm like, I was fine without Chadwick Boseman there. Like, I truly enjoyed this film for what it was. I truly enjoyed these actresses holding it down. And I think without a central character, everybody else got more character development this time, and everybody else got more shine this time. So I was happy to see, again, to put it any kind of way, to put it a certain way, is that I feel like the story moved forward. Like, we didn't have to stick with one person for once. Like, okay, Chadwick had his moment. Now we're going to give the moment to the women of Wakanda, which is what Ryan Coogler, that was something he wanted to do in the future anyway. So, like I said, I love that. Like, so I get it. I'm glad that, I know it brought a lot of people a lot of joy to see the little boy at the end, but I was just sitting there like, we almost had a perfect movie.
And well, to be fair, if we had a movie that was all about men and at the end they were like, and here's a little girl who may take over in the end, you wouldn't be like, oh, y'all made it about a girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't have thought that changed the whole movie, the whole 2 hours.
But that's big. But I mean, we have to realize things in context, right? This is a man's world. So of course it wouldn't feel the same. I wouldn't care. Y'all get everything. So that's why for this time I was like, but hey, we got a film. We got a whole film, and then we got just saying, because again, what's the difference, right? Like, would you feel the same way if it was vice versa with the race thing with the first Black Panther? Because I feel like we're making the same point. It's just this time it's about gender as opposed to race.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, that's just me. I could have dealt without it, but like I said, I'm glad it brought a lot of other people joy. But yeah, I could have just had a full hinge my hopes on women, and they held the whole country down, man. That was dope. So yeah, that's why I said that's the only thing for me that I could have dealt without. But it didn't ruin the movie by any means. But I definitely, when I buy the DVD, I probably won't ever watch that part again.
Well, to be fair, you didn't have to. Hell, half of my movie people had already left the theater by the time that came up.
If I had known that's what was coming, because you always stay to the, well, you're supposed to, right? Like, we all know to stay to the end. Well, I thought we did. Maybe not all of us. But yeah, I think the people who are really into it or like know how Marvel works, we know you got to stay to that mid-credit scene or whatever. So I stay to see like, oh, okay, what's coming next? Just like last time, right? They went to the United Nations at the end and said like, hey, we're going to do this, yada, yada, yada. So I was hoping it was going to be something like that. If I had known it was going to be that, I would have just skipped it. Because I just could went the rest of my life with Letitia being the Black Panther, especially because I think too, right, going back to the statement of I want the next movie to be about his son, we didn't even get Letitia being Black Panther for the full movie. She was only Black Panther for like 15 minutes of a 3-hour movie. So yeah, but it's all good. Like I said, that's just my one grievance. I could have did without it, but I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad people loved it, but I could pass. But that is my Black Panther tings. I enjoyed it. Also, shout out to Ryan Coogler for being the inclusive Black king that he was, because he brought the Hispanics along and gave them representation. And I've seen like I saw this reel going around saying like Hispanics are like really happy with the representation in the Black Panther film or whatever. And I'm like, let me tell you something about the blacks. They will bring the people along, okay? Y'all don't bring us along, but we will bring y'all. So yeah, shout out to Ryan Coogler. But okay, Queen, what did you have for us for Look Back at It?
Okay, my look back at it, at this point, it's basically old news. But I just wanted to talk about Keke Palmer announced that she is pregnant at 29 years old with her boyfriend on SNL. Actually, I have not watched the full show, that SNL show that she hosted, which I meant to, and I still mean to, and I will. But, yeah, so she hosted the whole show, but she opened it up saying, yes, y'all, I'm pregnant. Okay, here you go. We got that out the way. All right, here's my show. Here we go. And there has been quite the discord online about Black women and why we shouldn't be clapping when they're pregnant, because Asian communities, white communities, Mexican, whatever, all these communities don't do this, but Black women, why should we be clapping at their single motherhood, which she's not single. But yeah, I was just like, that's so crazy to me that here she is just happy and celebrating her moment. She is pregnant. She seems to be very thrilled to be a mom. And yet we're like, actually, how dare we clap for her? She is not married. That wench. How dare she have a baby out of wedlock? It's like, okay,
yeah, that's what I was about to
girlies.
say. I think they might mean wedlock because she has a boyfriend and they're still currently together. So I don't know why they're saying
and she's still being
single,
called a
but
single mother. It literally
again,
the titles of these think pieces are why are we celebrating single motherhood and just like that another single a single mother home type thing. And it's like just because somebody is not married does not mean that they're single or doing things by themselves by any means. But also even I don't know. It just all that shit is always annoying to me because I'm just like if y'all think that white moms are not single or raising kids by themselves or that they all just seem to have these perfect we all married and that's why we have kids lives, then you are delusional and you also have not spent any time outside of your community and it shows.
I don't know what the statistic of single white womanhood is, but I do know 50% of black children, unless the statistic has changed, are raised in single mother households. And so, I mean, like I said on the last time we recorded, I think I'm not going to, I guess, discount the argument altogether because I mean there obviously is a problem if our statistic is higher than another race of people, and I think that is something that we should handle in house. But I just don't really understand how that relates to this because she is still with her boyfriend. Now again, if it is wedlock that you have a problem with, that would have made more sense. But again, and I guess I'm not really the right person to be talking to about this because I think having a child with a man is the ghetto, period.
Yeah, it says marriageless family planning.
Oh, okay, yeah. So then that makes sense. So yeah, again, like I said, I'm not really the right one to be talking about this because I feel like having a child with a man is like playing Russian roulette. So you could be married and still be raising that baby by yourself. So because that's just, you know, there's no need to go into all of that though. But yeah, I just have to say, I guess I don't have a dog in this fight because I just don't. So yeah, again, I wish Keke Palmer the best. I love Keke Palmer. I think she is a bright, beautiful spirit from everything I have seen of her on TV and interviews and whatnot. Of course, I never met her, and I'm wishing her a happy, healthy pregnancy, and I'm wishing her whatever she wants for herself, right? So if that is to raise this child with her boyfriend and for that to become her husband or whatever, because I think sometimes we project too, right? Like this reminds me of the whole can't make a whole housewife thing when what's my good sis name, the Harvey girl, when she broke up when her and Michael B. Jordan broke up and it was everybody jumping down her neck or whatever, and I'm just like, how about maybe she doesn't want to get married, or maybe she doesn't want long-term partnership, or maybe she, you know what I'm saying, like we got to stop putting what we desire for ourselves on others. But like I said, I definitely understand the whole not the wedlock thing, but the single mother situation, because it might be a problem if that statistic is higher than others. But I'm not going to I'm not going to say anything about that because I don't know how those statistics fare in other races off the top of my head. I don't know if there is if it's disproportionate. But yeah, in my head, I'm like, child, I just wish the girl a happy pregnancy, a healthy baby, and a healthy, happy life all together. And whatever that looks like for her,
I just know y'all don't have this energy for Kylie Jenner, who just had her second baby not being married. So I just be like, why do y'all care? And Kourtney Kardashian had 3 babies not being married and was working on a 4th one before her and Travis got married. So it's like, there is plenty of people who are announcing their pregnancies that are not married, like, and why are we not screaming at them? Like, just let people have their pregnancies, and hopefully they are safe and healthy, and that's all I really care about, especially because if we want to talk about statistics, being pregnant is the scary one. I don't know, I guess it's always up to the individual, right? Like, what looks best for your house, your home. I mean, this woman has plenty of money to make sure her baby is well taken care of, and I'm sure plenty of family around too. But it's just like, just because you are with or married or not married to your person that you created a baby with doesn't mean that you shouldn't be celebrated for bringing life into the world. Hell, for most of our lives we're spent told, don't have sex, don't do it, you'll get pregnant, you'll die. And then at a certain age, then your parents are like, hey, where's my grandkids, and why you ain't had no kids yet, and damn, when you gonna have a baby? Like, can people just live and make decisions for themselves? The end.
Agreed. Alrighty, well,
but wish you the best, Keke.
Moving on to Blank While Black, correct? Mm-hmm. Have a Blank While Black? Ah, yes, I did. It was, Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. He was under a little fire. Like I said, we a little removed from when we originally recorded this episode and whatnot, so sorry if these stories are a little old, y'all. But there was a photo of him from September 9th, 1957, at North Little Rock High School, where there are some black children trying to get into a white school. There's an integration situation going down, and Mr. Jones was just being a curious kid. He got caught in a photo. You know what I'm saying?
Curious kid.
He was just trying to figure out what was going down because he wasn't even supposed to be down there, according to his football coach, and she got into some hellish trouble for being down to the doors of the schoolhouse, trying not to when they're trying to let them black kids in. And so, just so no one is confused, this was actually 7 days earlier than when the National Guard blocked the entry of the black children that were trying to integrate what we know as, the Little Rock Nine situation, historical event. And so of course people were asking questions, and the people were upset, and understandably so. Like, I think it goes back to that last statement with the whole Keke Palmer thing. And I'm not even going to say that this is hypervigilance, but I get it, right? Black people have had such a hellish time, so we see stuff like this. It causes visceral emotion because we want answers. We want to know what was going down. We want to know if you were being helpful or whatever. And so, like, we've kind of like we said earlier, we were recording this episode, so we're having this conversation for the second time. But what we ended up talking about was like what we would want from this person, because we don't know from this picture if he was involved in the mob, right? But we don't know if he was helpful after the photo was taken, or if he was trying to be helpful. Like, excuse me, whites, if y'all could calm down and let these nice, kind black students into the school. We don't know. It's just a photo.
Might have, might not.
I have no idea. Like, and I try, like I said, to not get too emotional about stuff like this, because then that can make you make assumptions that just aren't true. And I do not know what he was or was not doing. And so then people start talking about how he's never had a black head coach, right? And so then of course we're relating that to this photo of him, like, look at this racist down here to the integration, trying to stop it from happening. And now, all these years later, he owns a team. He's never had a black head coach. I see how you got there. But I was doing some research because, like I said, I didn't want to jump to conclusions. And I will say that although he has not had a black coach before, black head coach, he does have one of the most diverse coaching staffs in the league. Out of this 29 assistants, 15 of them are minorities. The entire strength and conditioning coach staff is entirely black. So yeah, I was taken aback with this one, because I was ready to be like, oh hell no. But then, like I said, after doing that, I was like, well, if nobody else, not nobody of course, but I'm like, if the girls don't be having black head coaches, I guess they wouldn't make him any more or less racist than the rest of the football team owners. But then also, if he has one of the most diverse staffs, it's not to say he's not racist, right? Because Donald Trump has had black people working in his hotels or whatever he said. People of color working for him or whatever he said to.
Right, I can't be racist. Black people clean my toilet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's not to say just because you have a diverse coaching staff, you're still not racist, right? We have literally heard of people like Gabrielle Union, right, complaining about racial tensions and things she had to deal with when she was down working for America's Got Talent, right? We've heard these stories before. The black girl that was on Boys in the Hood, the black young actress that was on Boy Meets World. Like, we know you can have black people in the building and still be racist, and they still have to deal with microaggressions and all other kind of horrible things, and they're just trying to get a paycheck and live their dreams. Absolutely. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I can't defend him either way, because I'm like, I don't know. I guess I would have to be up in the place to be to see what's really going down to make a judgment. But what are your thoughts, Queen?
Yeah, I think when I first saw, of course, the headline, the clickbait, I was like, dang, that's fucked up. But then kind of same thing as you. I'm like, well, I can't necessarily say that he is doing something. I mean, it didn't appear that he was helping, but you can't necessarily say he was hurting. But also, when I look at a man like Jerry Jones, this man is 4,000 years old. And so my opinion of a 4,000-year-old white man in America is that chances are he has said or done something racist in his lifetime, just like we've all said or done something either racist, fatphobic, homophobic, xenophobic, any of the things, right? At some point in our lifetimes, we've all said something that we shouldn't have said or done. And so I think what's more important to me is that this picture was taken in the 50s and not in the 2022s or the 2020s of things or 2010s, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're 1,000 years old, and something that you did when you were, I don't know, 18 years old. I forgot how old they said he was in the photo. I can't say that I don't care. It's not that it doesn't matter at all. It's just that we've said time and time again, just like we want Grace to grow and move on. Just like you said, he has the most diverse staff of any NFL team. It's like, well, how do we know he has not grown? I mean, and I don't, to be honest, I didn't look up his comments, his rebuttals, his defense, or accountability for
that
the
was
photo?
I'm sorry, that was his defense. He was curious. He didn't say he was sorry.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that he was. I saw that he did say he was curious, but as far as like listening to a whole interview to hear him say I was curious and I left right after, or I cried, like I don't know what all he said after that in defense of the photo or not, or accountability of the photo. I don't know. I don't really give a fuck because I don't care about that stuff. But I think that my main issue is just like I don't know. Did you take accountability now? How do people who work for you feel like they're being treated? How do people who interact with you of different races feel like they're being treated? Because something you did as a teenager when you're like 90, I don't know. I personally just like, well, dang, I hope somebody don't pull up a picture of me from 14 or something that I put on MySpace and be like, look, see, she's a horrible person. I'm like, yeah, I said or did a fucked up thing, but that don't make me a horrible person. I was stealing when I was 14. I'm banned from every Kohl's all over. That don't make me a bad person, and it don't mean that I'm a thief today. Or that if I come to your house, I'm gonna steal your hand towels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that right there might be the difference, though, right? Is that how you're saying you're no longer that person? I think what would be nice is if we knew he was no longer that person, if he even was that person, right? Because, like you said, the difference would be, hypothetically speaking, is that you have changed. And even that, it's like, well, if he's saying that I didn't actually do anything wrong besides skip football practice, like I can't be like, no, you absolutely did. Like we don't know that just because he's in the background of a photo. He's not even in the forefront. He in the background of a photo in a crowd. Like I can't say that he did something wrong. I don't know that. Oh yeah, for sure.
I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if I bumped into him in the street and he said, "Move, nigger." I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm just saying from that photo, I can't tell that he did anything.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why I was saying hypothetically, right? So I think like it's like you were just saying, how do the people who interact with him, the people of color who interact with him on a daily, what is their experience? We hope that that's good. And I also saw that he, like, yeah, I guess you could say lobbied for one of the African American players on his team to become either the highest paid. I don't know if it was across the NFL or if it was the highest paid. So don't quote me on this part. But basically, like I said, they were just there were the person who was writing the article was just writing, basically different ways that we would have that he doesn't show up as he doesn't show up as a racist, right? Like I said, now the only thing that was in there that had, like I said, that made me raise an eyebrow was the no black head coach, and the person kind of did what we're doing now, right? Is just again, thank you for the things you have done, but we want you to do more. Like how about you hire a black head coach? Why not be the first? Somebody should go first. Not that it was just about that picture per se, right? But I think that's really all you can ask of people is hopefully that they have changed if they did do anything wrong, because it's like you said, people are men of their times, if you will, right? Like I was talking to my professor, I remember, about like maybe Martin Luther King or Malcolm X, and she was like talking about how they related to women and what they wanted for women and that kind of thing. And she was like, well, you got to remember they were men of their times, right? And I was like, I get what you're getting at here. So it would be the same thing, right? Like how you said,
and this article says he was 14.
Yeah, so it would be more surprising, right? Like how you said earlier, if he didn't do anything racist, but we don't know, right? So, or if he hasn't done anything racist in his entire lifetime, but we'll never know that, of course. And so I guess all you can ask for is, again, we keep our foots on people's necks. Thanks for the most diverse coaching staff in the NFL. Also hire a black coach, and thank you.
And having done something racist or been a part of something racist in your lifetime does not mean that you are a person who cannot evolve and you don't deserve the grace to do so. I don't think that your one bad action, even if it's really bad, I don't think that can define like who you are as a whole. I mean, there are definitely like worse things that I've like, if I saw a picture of X, Y, and Z, I would be like, unforgivable. I mean, I'm not God, but unforgivable to me. But I don't know, just a picture in the vicinity at 14 years old is like, yeah, that. I can definitely see why people are outraged, and I feel like people have the right to be. But me personally, I'm just like, I don't know what's going on in this photo for sure, so couldn't tell you. Maybe if there's video, but even then I would be like, well, he was 14, so I don't know a lot of fucked up 14-year-olds. But anyway, all right. Well, did you have any other comments on that, Queen?
No, that was it for me. Did you have a blank while black for us?
I did, but I would like to just push it on.
Alrighty, and moving on to say what now? You have anything for us? I have some things.
Okay, yeah, I did. So like Sydney has said earlier, if y'all missed it, we have recorded this episode already. But there was an issue with audio. So we are here to re-record it. So I'm trying to give all the gusto I got. Here we go. Did you see Summer Walker's job posting?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, well, Galactic Whore. That's her Instagram name or her Instagram
Is it really?
name. Yeah, Galactic Whore. But she took to her story where she posted, need male assistant, $2K a month, age 25 and older, ATL, have to have a car, have to know how to build stuff, preferably white or gay, just saying, and doesn't give a fuck about who I am or my music, just needs you to come to work. Here's my email. So, the peeps were upset, to which Summer was like, I don't care, girls. I've hired many a black, and I'm good. I can hire whoever I want. Which is true. You can hire whoever you want. But so the comments, of course, were like, okay, what is this? What is this? You prefer a white person, right? That was where a lot of people were caught up. Okay, you said you're with them? Is that what you said? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, a lot of people were like, what you mean you prefer a white person? Like, what kind of shit is that? Like, even if you do hire a white person, you didn't have to say, I prefer a white. You could just open up the job application and hand select your whites that you like, you know? Like, you could sort the laundry of sorts, you know what I'm saying?
She said don't even apply blacks. That's what that was.
Oh, but she said preferably white or gay. So maybe if you were maybe you could be black, but you had to be gay. You had to be a homosexual. I don't know. So what I took this post as being is, granted, when I saw preferably white, I was like, tacky. But when I went back and reread the whole post, and I was like, $2K a month, 25 and older, have to have a car, and I have to build stuff and be at your beck and call. It sounds like slavery. So what I got out of this post was that Summer Walker either wants a white slave or a gay slave that could be black or white. That's what I got out of that. Mm-hmm. Then I was like, people have got to learn maybe to reread a few things before you get to posting them. Because you could have simply said, would like, an assistant. Now you could have been like, pay is to be determined or whatever, after you got your interviews in. But you didn't. You said how much it was going to be, $2,000, which gives somebody the right to say, you know what, I'm not even going to apply because I'm not willing to do that because it's modern day slavery. I can't survive on that. But, whatever. But you going out your way to say preferably white is beyond tacky, weird, bizarre to me. And to justify it by saying, well, I've had all these other blacks around me. Like, okay. You could just say I'm hiring an assistant. And when whites come in the door, you could put a little check mark in your little notebook. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to do all this.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, I think, of course, as not that I have ever been or ever applied to be an assistant, but I think just to see the number of black famous people surrounded by non-black people behind the scenes, that always is kind of triggering for me. But then it's also like you just it literally we literally had the same conversation over and over again, right? It's just like homegirl that was down to her story, her close friends talking about, yeah, you can't be in my section if you ain't a bad bitch, if you don't look like this, da 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 da. It's like, you could have just did that without saying it, like you just said, you could have just hired your whites, gay whites, without saying a thing. That is wild. Like, but then again, I've heard that Summer Walker's a weirdo. So
somebody posted Summer Walker shares the same last name as Herschel Walker, and it all makes sense because they both stupid as hell. Oh, tweeter, you are too much.
I'm crying.
Yeah, I was just like, not you asking for a slave and a white one. But, go with God. Whatever white that can survive on $2,000 a month that wants to build hemp seed cribs for Summer Walker and her upcoming baby, that is y'all's business. Y'all go with God, and I hope you can get your bills paid, because for $2,000 a month, I'm not driving back and forth to Summer Walker's house to help her build cribs and whatever the fuck else she want. No, ma'am. But thanks, though.
Mm-hmm. I know that's right.
That was my... Oh, there was another one. Do we want to talk about it? Say what now?
Was it B. Simone?
Uh-huh.
That's fine. I know you want to talk about it. I know you can't wait.
B. Simone has told us on the World Wide Web that if she showers on Monday morning, she don't plan to do so again till Thursday morning. And said that if it's a choice between sleep and showering, she's going to just pick the sleep. In which case, showering don't take that long. You would take your box and each day drink whatever the fuck it is that this lady drinks and pee out toxins all day and drag them draws right back up into that coochie for multiple days on end And just not shower again till Thursday morning. That is wild to me, because I would not sleep in my sheets with a dirty body, but you sleep in your sheets in things multiple days in a row. I actually wonder if she even changes her drawers every day, because if you could tell me you don't shower, because that's kind of, you know, when you know to change your drawers. When you get, you don't think so? You don't think she changes her drawers? No, I do not.
Well, you know what? Now that you say that, you
because why would you put clean drawers on a dirty body? That don't make sense to me either.
I'm sorry, I take it back, because I was about to say, like, I was thinking about how, like, you know, they say you should change underwear when you go to the gym, after you go to the gym. Like, basically, you know, you shouldn't sit in wet underwear. Mm-hmm. I was about to say, but then I was like, we're not talking about me, so never mind. Because I also don't go 2 days without showering. Like, here's the thing, right? I don't think there's a single person that has not missed a day or missed 2 days. Now, I did see somebody say that they relate people who don't shower regularly, like who skip days at a time, to like having like mental health issues. I've heard that too, because it's like, why don't you have the gusto to go take a shower? It might be because you're struggling with mental health. And I feel like Simone has talked about, I don't listen to her show, but I feel like she's talked about, I feel like, not to say everybody has, but like I feel like she has talked about her own mental health struggle. So it could be that. Could be overwhelmed, whatever. But nonetheless, yeah.
Do you remember that episode of Oprah where she talked about how many pounds of dead skin cells and mites and stuff are in people's mattresses, and that's why you should change your mattress every like 5 to 7 years? Do you remember that episode? It was a long time ago, like years and years ago. I was a child. But I remember seeing it and seeing that, like, you know, microscopic picture that they took, and I was like, say less, I'll change my mattress every fucking week if I can afford it. That's disgusting. So you telling me that that's for normal people, and I would imagine most normal people shower daily. And this lady takes 2-3 days to shower, so I can only imagine the things that's munching around in her mattress. That's just too much. But my say what now was, what? You don't shower every day. What?
You should. I think have you never missed a shower in your life?
In my life, probably. Maybe as a kid.
Okay. I was about to. Okay, as in your adult life, you've never missed a shower?
I might have missed my second shower of the day, but I wouldn't.
Oh wow,
no.
That's amazing.
But showering also feels good. It helps me start my day, helps me end my day, like helps me unwind, or it helps me start up. Like, that's what showering does for me personally. Then the way I gotta wash my face, I do, you know, thoroughly wash my face and stuff, and I'm gonna be dripping water everywhere anyway, so I'm like, you know, might as well shower. I'm not like particularly sweaty, but when I clean, I be elbows deep, so I be gonna get like sweaty or a little musty when I'm cleaning. I also have tried to be more conscious about how many chemicals I put next to my breasts, so I would wear like natural deodorant to bed now after my night shower, and put back on real deodorant after my morning shower. So it's like, yeah, there's just lots of reasons why I would shower multiple times a day, but I certainly would shower every day. But missing I would say missing a day is like, I don't want to do that, but that seems okay. But going 2 or 3 days without showering is that's not a first world problem kind of thing. I feel like you shouldn't be going 3 days without washing your butt.
And see, actually, I had a friend say that they feel like we're taking that many showers is actually like an American overconsumption kind of thing. So I guess that is.
But we are in America.
What?
But we are in America. Like, to be like, that's American to wash your ass every day. But we're in America, so wash your ass every day, daily. Do it.
And so,
because it's wild to me to be like, when everybody was in a tiffy about allegedly white people not washing their legs, which I don't know how many of you have showered with a white person, but whatever. The internet was going wild with that one. Like, oh, white people don't wash their legs. How gross. You probably have a layer of skin. When you take a loofah or a sponge to them legs one day, or a rag to them legs one day, you're going to see a layer of skin being removed. Like, gross. And this girl don't even wash her box every day. That's wild.
Yeah, I saw somebody in the comments say that you ain't supposed to take a bath every day as black women, and I was taken aback. I was like, now how did this become a race thing? Ho.
But that's the thing, like, everybody has their opinions, and I get it. Mine is also just an opinion. I don't think that you should go days without washing your butt. It's just an opinion. But me personally, I don't want to, this isn't about like who wants to sleep with B. Simone, right? But I don't want to sleep in a bed with somebody who don't wash their butt daily, because that means your mattress is dirty, your sheets is dirty. Like, you sweating in your sleep, you losing skin cells in your sleep, you doing all that every night, and you crawling back in that bed with dirty skin, with outside on you. Like, I feel like that's like saying, why would you brush your teeth every day? What difference do it make? That's the same, right? Wash your hands. People talk about, they didn't wash their hands when they came out the bathroom. This girl don't wash her ass when she come out the bathroom at any point in time for 3 days straight.
Yeah, but your ass isn't finna touch all over everything that I'm finna touch. That's a little different. You should definitely wash it. And then also, you go to the bathroom, right? Like, I actually just watched I was just reading something about, like, how you should definitely wash your hands, like, after you wipe with your period on, because you can spread hepatitis. And I was like, Jesus Christ. But isn't it to say, like, your
randomly,
hands...
I saw a video today about what the water does when you flush.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And, like, how it comes up and goes everywhere, which is why people be like, I don't take my drink into the bathroom, right? Because I don't want fecal matter air on my straw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd be like, you have hovered your coochie over, I would imagine, at least one public toilet at some point in those 3 days. And you don't care to wash that coochie out? I know her coochie is screaming. But that's her business. I don't plan on eating that girl's box. So the amount of time she showers, I don't care about. I'm just saying... I am not going 3 days without washing this ass.
Yes, I understand. You probably have a world record for most consecutive days bathed.
No, I don't think so. I feel like I don't know too many people that would go 2-3 days without washing their butt. If I wash my hands 25 times a day, No, but also I was raised in a household where my mom took 3 showers a day, sometimes 4.
Yeah, no, I know, but your friends weren't raised in that household, so I'm saying, have you asked?
I have never spent the night with friends that I've seen be like, yep, this is my 3rd day, or you know what I'm saying?
That?
Like, you can see their habits. At the very least, when I stay at somebody's house, they gonna be like, all right, I'm about to take a shower real quick, and you can get it after me, or you can take a shower first, and I'll get it after you.
Right, but when you got there, that might have been day 3.
You're right. Could have been. Could have been. Now I gotta go through and ask everybody. So if you text me, don't be surprised when I respond with, did you shower today?
Okay, right on.
Hey, Aisha, WYD, what you doing? I'm gonna be like, nope, did you shower? Because don't text me unless you did.
All right, well, is that all you have for...
That's all I had. B. Simone, that's your business, baby.
Now?
It's nasty business, but that's your business. All right, sexpectations. I feel like I had one last time, and I don't have one now.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate, because I don't have one.
Oh, dang. And I feel like you had one too.
You didn't write it down?
I did, but the one I wrote down is not what I had, and I can't remember what we talked about.
Oh, well, what did you write down? Well, what did you write down now? Do you have anything?
It don't really matter now, because this expectation question I had was before I had thought about the B. Simone thing, and it was, how important is your partner's hygiene?
Oh, yeah, I mean, we can still talk about that. Let me see if I can find anything in my phone real quick.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, to me, it's gonna need to be about an 8 for me personally. I don't want to put my mouth on anything that I don't know ain't fresh out the wash. I don't want dirty fingernails going inside me, because you ain't finna give me no BV. And I don't want to kiss on your mouth if you got halitosis. So yeah, and if you got eye boogers or dandruff or dirty ears, like all that shit would certainly turn me off. So I would say the hygiene is paramount. And my daddy used to always say, if you ain't got a clean bathroom, you ain't got a clean ass. So therefore, if your bathroom not clean, I'm going to assume your ass ain't. So, I mean, that wasn't going to go in my mouth anyway, but I'm just saying. I feel like that's a telltale sign to know somebody's cleanliness is if their bathroom or their kitchen is dirty.
How important is my partner's hygiene? It's really important. You know, I used to be out here trying to send my girls out to be eating asses out here, and then I found out y'all niggas don't wash between y'all cheeks, and I was like, damn, I was setting my homegirls up for failure.
Yeah, you were stunting them up for pink eye.
I was really sad about that, because the reason why is because I be advocating for niggas because that's where their G spot is, you know, or the M spot. I don't know what they call you. I don't know what y'all call y'all shit.
I think it is,
but it's in their butt. You know what I'm saying? So I be like, all right, y'all go out here in these streets and eat ass.
Help the men get their things.
You know what I'm saying? I be trying, but even though that we know statistically don't have a problem with that, right? It's straight women. That's what I need to be advocating for. But you know, I was just out here, you know, caring about the pleasure of all the people, non-binary, male and female alike. So I was like, yeah, go out here in these streets. And then I found out y'all be washing between y'all cheeks. And then Rodney, shout out to Rodney the Voice on YouTube, said that his homegirl told him, that she was about to get this dude head and she smelled straight shit.
Oh, God.
And I was like, that is fucking tragic. like, oh my God. And mind you, that I think that he was talking about that after the girl was going around like, excuse me, you watching between your cheeks? No. That's gay. Or whatever these niggas were saying.
They were saying like they didn't put the wash rag between their butt. I remember that.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm like, oh no. Like I just feel like everybody needs to practice good hygiene, right? So it's kind of like with the B. Simone thing, right? I just don't know how many people, statistically speaking, I feel like people will say, oh yeah, I shower every day, knowing good and damn well they don't all the time, or they'll miss a day or miss 2 days, however many. But I will say, I feel like we all should shower once a day, period. And again, that's because that's what Malcolm X, the Honorable Malcolm X, teaches us through his autobiography, that the Muslims, Nation of Islam, shower daily. So that's why I be like, if that's what my daddy said, then that's what we gonna do.
Yeah,
so,
I feel like if you're supposed to wash your hands every day or brush your teeth every day, you should be washing your butt every day.
Oh yeah, and hey, maybe we should ask a doctor, because then we'll have an answer, because washing your hands.
I actually don't care about what the doctors say, because I don't think these doctors know shit. Which is why I
then
had
why you say brush
clients.
your teeth every day?
Because I don't want my breath to stink or my teeth to be dirty.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with dentist recommendations?
Oh, no, it has nothing to do with
okay.
that. I don't want to have stinky breath or a white tongue.
Well, I personally go based off of what doctors say. So that's why I personally...
Doctors don't have any education in nutrition. They take like one class for the entire 8 year
not with
medical
food.
school?
I'm talking about with my dentist. When my dentist say use this floss, I'll be like, I'm gonna use that floss. When my dentist say get an electric toothbrush, I got an electric toothbrush. After all them cavities I had, honey, I'm doing whatever the dentist say. The dentist say don't use that non-fluoride toothpaste. If I have one more drill go into my mouth, I'm gonna lose it. So I'm doing whatever the dentist say. So say that to say, that's why I was saying we should call a doctor. We should ask Dr. Jackie. She would know.
Dr. Jackie. Wait, Dr. Jackie is the OBGYN, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Or Dr. Simone, she OBGYN too.
No, I thought you were talking about Dr. Heavenly, and I was about to say I would not take near one piece of advice from Dr.
Oh, did you start watching Married to Medicine?
Yeah, remember I told you, but I think I'm gonna just have to skip to the most recent one, because I can't watch these all the way through like how I did the other ones. They're boring. These ladies is boring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely better now. You should watch it now because it's hilarious. But yes, we should call Dr. Jackie and ask her how many times women need to shower, because this nonsense that this lady was talking about black women not needing to shower every day. Dr. Jackie, if you listening to this, girl, what are your thoughts?
I'm sure she is. Hey, girl.
Yeah, Dr. Simone, what are your thoughts? I have questions. But yeah. So how do we get here? What are we talking about? Oh, hygiene. Yes, I think
your partner's hygiene.
Yes, we should all brush our teeth twice a day, floss at least once a day. We should shower at least once a day. I think I saw something online that was like, don't shower before getting ate out, not right before, but they wanted to have a little something. Not I'm getting.
I was gonna say I hear you, and that's blessings for you, but I don't want to do that. I don't want I don't want a ting of pee on my coochie when you get to munching it. I don't want that for you, because I'm gonna want you to probably kiss me after, and I don't want a ting of pee in my mouth.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, no, I'm getting in the shower. So there should be pre-showers. Hey, matter of fact, go shower together. That's an intimacy building thing, they say.
No, actually, don't take Cindy's advice. Showering with another person is awful, because somebody's gonna be in the back with their booty hole freezing.
But you're bigger than me, so I might be fine.
What do you mean?
So you and
somebody
Mario
is still gonna be in the
like
back. You still gotta rotate.
Almost 6 feet. So
you
I'm
still
saying,
gotta rotate. You still gotta rotate. You still gotta get to the water.
I'm saying, as small as I am, we probably both under that stream.
No, somebody's booty hole is gonna be facing the wall in the back, and it's gonna be feeling like a cold breeze going on. No, showering with somebody is hell on earth. Maybe if you're showering like in a tropical climate, like one of them outdoor showers, maybe that's a good time.
Okay, that's what, that makes sense for you. You like animals and shit.
Well, I didn't say I wanted to shower with animals. I said they have outdoor showers, like at resorts and stuff. Oh Lord, this has turned into a different show.
So yes, sorry to answer your question. My partner and everybody's hygiene involved is important to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well that's good.
Cleanly,
mine is and as well. Okay, black on black support. Queen, do you have any blacks you want to support?
I have lots of blacks. First of all,
You said what? What did you say?
I said I have lots of blacks.
Oh, okay.
What did you think I said? Why are you
I
laughing
don't
so
know.
hard?
I don't know.
First of all, real quick and easy, would like to shout out Octavia Spencer, getting her star on the Walk of Fame.
Oh, nice.
I would just like to say that Octavia Spencer has been, you know what I'm saying, in this thing for a long time. Octavia Spencer literally was in every movie, like every black movie we have ever seen in the background. She either had no lines or she had one line. Okay, Octavia Spencer was in Beauty Shop. Octavia Spencer was in Big Mama's House. Octavia Spencer was in Blue Streak. I'm like, yo, Octavia's have been out here, and I love to see the fact that she was just either a one line having actress or a no line having actress. She was in Breaking All the Rules. I was like, damn, Octavia Spencer was in every movie and always in somebody's beauty shop chair. And now she is out here getting stars on the Walk of Fame. Okay, she was in Mine. Oh, fuck y'all. Mine was funny. Okay, I know it wasn't supposed to be, but it was. It was funny. She was in The Help. You know what I'm saying? Hidden Figures. She was a superhero on Thunder Force. Octavia, I am so proud of you. I'm so glad that she is out here in these streets, just continuing to do the things, and I love that for her. So that was my first black on black support, but if you want to trade off, I can say my second one.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to ARC Veterinary Services. Y'all bear with me because there's a word in here that I have trouble saying, but hopefully y'all won't notice. Okay, here we go. Welcome to the ARC. This is on their website, arcvetllc.com, and it's ARC Veterinary Services. LLC is a mixed animal ambulatory veterinary service in North and South Carolina.
Ambulatory? What did you say?
Y'all know I can't say that word. Ambulance is a hard word. But anyway, they have ambulance services.
Oh, my God.
But it's where they offer internal medicine, surgery, and primary care to equine, bovine, camelid. I don't even know what that is. Caprine, ovine, swine, and poultry species, as well as your dogs and cats and things. So with that being said, if you have like an emergency with your I don't know, cow or your pet horse or something, they can get that wheel. They can get that over to you and take it on back to the vet house and get to working on your baby. Get to working on your baby. So shout out to Dr. Sarah Blackwell, who is the head doctor over there. And again, that's in North and South Carolina, services North and South Carolina. So if you are in that region, I know a lot of those places have lots of farmland and the things. I know I myself grew up with lots of animals, including horses and pigs and chickens and goats. So therefore, what a dope thing, because I don't think I've ever even heard of a black veterinary before. Like, have you?
A black veterinarian?
Like a vet, yeah, like a black vet. I don't know if I've ever seen one, but I've certainly never heard of one having their own practice. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yes, I don't have pets, so I would not know anything about anything. I killed a lot of my pets growing up, not on purpose, but they never.
I hope PETA is not listening to this. Oh no.
It was an accident, but I did beg my mama to take our dog to the vet because I knew he was sick, and then he died, and I was so upset.
Actually, I've had a few animals die and not just die because they were sick and the things. I have accidentally killed an animal or two, but it was like fish.
How did you accidentally kill a fish?
A bird. And
what did you do to the fish? You shook it too much?
No, I wasn't pulling a darla. What had happened was I had them fish bowls. They were for betta fish, and they had the light that goes overhead. So I had two of them, and I had one on each side of my dresser. And each week, well, maybe, I don't think it was every week. Whenever they got dirty, I would take them to the bathroom. I would put them in a little holding container, and I would clean out their fish bowls and clean the rocks and the things, which betta fish are resilient motherfuckers, because I don't know if you're just supposed to be filling that with sink water, but I did. But poured new sink water in there, put my fishies back in there, walked them back to my bedroom. But what had happened was the water, would like evaporate, right? So as I would like go throughout my week, the water would be getting lower and lower. So I always like filled it up to the brim, because I was like, I don't feel like doing this for a while. So I would fill it up to like the brim. And I was walking into my room and I was splashing water, woot, whatever. Put it on the bowl thing, got the other fish bowl, put it on the bowl thing, went to sleep, woke up in the morning and was like, why my fish ain't in its bowl? That's weird. Because it didn't have any place to hide. It just had rocks. Like, so it didn't have like those little houses and stuff that fish be having. And I walked out of my room and kicked something in the hallway. It was like a dried up pepper. which I had a macaw, and he had lots of peppers and fruits, dried fruits and stuff in his food. So I thought it was just a pepper, going about my business. Come back down the hall. It is my dried up fish in the hallway, dead as a doornail. I thought it was a damn red dried out pepper. It was my dead betta fish. Why are you laughing? Because you know I cried.
I'm sorry. Did it jump out of your room into the hallway?
No, I think when I was walking from the bathroom to my bedroom and it was sloshing water and I'm spilling water all over the floor, I think he was maybe at the top and he sloshed overboard. But I didn't know. I didn't notice. I thought it just sloshed water. And I just set it back on the thing and went on back my business and didn't even think to, like, check on him. Oh, no. I'm a bad animal mom sometimes. But rest in peace to that fish. He was red. He was so cute. And then he was dried out like a raisin.
How old were you when this happened?
Old enough to know better. I think I was like 13 or 14. Why are you laughing? No, that eats me alive.
Oh my god.
So that's why I have a little mercy when people are mad at Darla on Finding Nemo. I'll be like, I ain't even gonna judge this too much. She might not know no better.
Not 13.
Why are you laughing? I was just trying to make sure it had lots of water, and it did. Just a little too much.
I just see you bumping along.
Oh, gosh. I didn't mean to.
Up. Oh, God. It was dry?
Yeah, it was dry. It was, like, dried out. I don't even know how it did that so fast, because it literally was, like, the next morning. It dried out real quick. It was so sad. I thought it was just a piece of bird food. Oh. I kicked his ass down the hall. Sydney, please, because that's enough. That's enough.
Okay. Oh, God.
That is enough.
How did we even get here? We were talking about black people.
Well, if I would have had Dr. Sarah Blackwell in my corner, she might could have told me not to put so much water in my little fish bowl. Okay. But now y'all can learn from my mistake and go to Dr. Blackwell if you have any questions about your animals and things.
Oh, all right.
And that's how you support a black-owned business. Y'all like this commercial?
So my last black on black support is for Issa Rae and her production company Hooray, which has teamed up with Walmart to launch the Black and Unlimited Digital Development Program. This program will send 9 black creators to LA who will be able to work with industry professionals. They will be giving a content creator kit, which will include creator courses, mentorship, $10,000 to be featured, and they will be featured on Walmart's YouTube channel, which has hundreds of thousands of followers. I don't know why anybody would follow Walmart on YouTube, but
it's all their employees.
But say that to say, shout out to Issa Rae, who is always just giving back to the girls and probably herself understanding how hard it was to get out here and trying to make it easier for the next people coming up and trying to open up those doors for access for the next group of creators. You know, we love Issa, and so I just wanted to shout her out for continuing to do great things. So yes, and I will myself be trying to get access to this Black and Unlimited Digital Development Program, because that would be great. That would be great for me.
Go ahead, Miss Issa.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that closes out Black on Black support. We are moving on to mental health check-in.
That's right.
All right. Do you have something for us? I have something for us.
Yeah, just mental health. Again, is just to be gracious, especially around this time of year, but always be gracious to people around you. But the holidays are not always a happy time for a lot of people. Some people don't have the access or can't get home to see their families, or, you know, because of financial reasons or whatever. Some people are having to be around family members that they've experienced trauma from. And just in general, some people are missing a lot of people, especially around the holidays, missing loved ones or experiencing their first holidays without certain loved ones, or their second or their third holidays, or their 20th holiday without one of their loved ones. So please just be gracious to everybody during this season, especially. This season, you know, it's not about the gifts we can give people or the holiday parties or how many ugly sweaters we can wear or whatever. Like, it's genuinely about being kind and being loving and gracious to people, and hopefully setting that energy and that tone to go into the new year. So my mental health check-in is just to let everybody know, you know, I see you, I'm with you, I understand how seasonal depression and circumstances like this work, and yeah, I have love for you, and yeah, you're in my thoughts for sure. That is my mental health check-in.
All right, and my mental health check-in are the signs that someone is good for your mental health. This is according to the Happiness Project, and they say if someone is good for your mental health, they will, 1, make you feel energized and uplifted after talking to them. They will, 2, allow you to talk freely without the fear of judgment. 3, they make you feel seen. 4, they are available for you during the tough times. 5, they make you feel more confident. And lastly, 6, they do not hold you back or try to control you. So there's your checklist, guys. You know, if you want to run your friends down on a checklist and figure out who is good or maybe not so good for your mental health, so we can all be in better mental spaces and have a fertile environment with which the roses and the flowers can grow. You know what I'm saying? You check out the Happiness Project, which I got from their Instagram page. And that is my mental health check-in.
Beautifully done, Queen. Well, let's move on to affirmations. Y'all notice how we end out the show, just to give you guys some good vibes, some affirmations going into your next week. My affirmation for y'all this week is to use more I deserve terms. And so this week, or going into this week, my I deserve statement is going to be that I deserve this time that I am about to spend with my friends and my family back home in North Carolina. I have a flight tomorrow morning. Very excited about that. I know that these times are like hard when I go to try to visit home because there's so many people I want to see and touch on and give big hugs to and love on and stuff. And I try to do my best to see everybody as much as I can. But I just wanted to affirm for myself that I deserve this time away from work, away from different stressors, away from different anxieties. I deserve this time to be with friends and family and people I love and not worry about too many responsibilities. Just I deserve to spend this time with people that I care about. And that is my affirmation. Queen, do you have one for us?
Mine is, to do what is in alignment with you. I think for myself personally, whenever I'm going through stuff, I'll ask, a lot of my friends their opinions on things, but sometimes people, are limited in the advice that they can give you because they are operating, through their own ways of seeing the world and their own perceptions and whatnot. And so I think sometimes you kind of got to sit back and just trust yourself to do the right thing and to do what's best for you. And so my affirmation is, I guess 2 things. Trust yourself to do what is right for you, what's in alignment with you. That is my affirmation.
Beautifully done. All right, Queen. Well, would you like to send us on out of here, out the living room on today?
Yes, I have been Sid the Great. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you for joining us back in the living room. Thank you for your patience. We are sorry that this episode was late. We just had a few issues on our end getting this one out into y'all, but we are here now. Thank y'all again, and we will be back to our every other Tuesday situation, so we'll be on the lookout for that, or at least to the best of our abilities, of course. Rate this podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you are listening, Spotify and all the things, and interact with us on social media. And that is it for me. Aisha, you know what you're gonna do. You're gonna do your thing.
All right. Well, that is the end of episode 69. You're listening to Sid the Great and Aisha Damali at the Living Room 4440. So with that being said, thank y'all for joining us so much. We're going to rock back out to Nena's Interlude at Long Live J-Boy. That is Salosse. Bye, y'all. We'll see y'all in 2 Tuesdays.
Quick to assume emotions, don't push the start. Tell me how that's smart. Baby, heart's here, ain't the only thing scarred. Trust how I feel, the attention's more pure than they real, used a freak like me. Gripping my dick, why you gripping the wheel? Say you ain't met a nigga like me, and you like how I feel. When you done playing games, you know where I'm at, baby, what's the deal?
Sorry in advance if I let you down. I'm sorry in advance if I let you down. Bitch, you just spit with a teen, I'm crazy. Back the fuck up. I got all this pimp shit up in my dreams. Blame that on my mother. I can't go nowhere. This hate me and they love me at the same